Well, welcome to the opening of the 2012 football season. It's great to have everybody here. Appreciate being here. I know I'm just the leadoff act, and people you really want to talk to will be around later on. But I'm really excited about this year's football season. Glad we've got the first year, the obligatory first transition year under our belts. Really excited about Kevin Wilson and the staff. When I hired Kevin, I was really looking for someone who was serious-minded, tough, competitive, disciplined, and someone who's been there and done that. I think Kevin's all of that, and I think he's increasingly comfortable in his role, and I'm looking forward to really good things this year. As you know, the staff stayed fairly stable. We had two adds, which in my view were upgrades. Seth Luttrell is going to lead our offense, and has a real history of organizing and leading complex and powerful, explosive offenses. John Fabris is a good throwback, and we're excited about him being around. You guys know these staffs, I'm the same anyway. 155 years of college coaching experience, 67 bowl games, 21 BCS bowls, 7 national championship games, and 2 national championships. The staff is otherwise intact, and I think that's an accomplishment all on its own, because I know multiple coaches have been offered more money at more established programs, and have turned that down to stay here because they believe in Indiana football, they believe in Kevin Wilson. The returning players, I'm excited about that. Again, you all know the statistics, played 32 freshmen, more than any other program in the country. A third of our starters were freshmen. 2/3 of our starters were underclassmen. Our underclassmen accounted for virtually all of the offensive production of the football team. And yeah, I get we were 1 of 11, so maybe that's not always the experience you want carrying over, but the experience that they gained, I think, will be extremely useful, and excited about the players coming back. I'm particularly excited about the newcomers. Kevin Wilson's first full recruiting class. We have 7 junior college transfers. I love those guys. They appreciate everything. They came from programs where maybe there's not as much support academically or nutrition-wise or whatever. They really appreciate being here, and we appreciate having them here. They're quality young men. We have 8 Hoosiers in the class of 25. And to me, you can have stars and rankings and all that stuff that you want. I'm not sure how much that means, but I do think the marketplace means something. And out of those 25 kids, 16 of them had multiple BCS scholarship offers, and I think that's really, really important. That compares to 6, I think, the year or so before that. And what that tells us is we're competing against the Pitts and the Illinois and the Michigan States of the world, and not just the Toledos and the Eastern Michigans and the Akrons of the world. We are not the only high-quality BCS opportunity these kids are getting, and they're choosing us. And I think that's a bit of a sea change, and I think that's attributable to Kevin Wilson and his staff, the investments that we've made in the program, and their belief in Indiana football. The academics are very strong. Last year we had more academic all Big Ten football players we've had in the history of the program, 24. That's not an accident. A lot of you guys know about Wilson's weekends, and the way Coach is very focused on having these kids on top of their academics. He knows when they have quizzes, he knows when they have tests, he knows when they get to class, and the ones that aren't up to snuff pay the price for that. And we're showing outputs and results on that with all the academic all Big Tens that we've had. So I feel very positive about the program. There's a great feel out there this morning. It was a real treat for me to spend pretty much the whole practice watching Kevin and the guys. I was with Tom Crean, and he knows something about coaching a lot more than me, and it was fun for me to see him explain to me what he was seeing the coaches do in terms of teaching technique and staying enthusiastic and having high energy through the 2 hours. It's very organized as they shift from place to place, and kind of explained to me what he viewed as some of the thought behind the process. And Tom addressed the team. I know that was well received. So I'm really excited about the team, and looking forward to the first game on September 1st. The 2 other things I want to talk about are our continuing investments in the football program, and then a little bit about ticket sales. I'll be happy to answer any questions after that. As most of you know, our first year was a momentous year in terms of investments. The north end zone opened, and a great credit goes to my predecessor as well as Coach Hepner and President Adam Herbert. Inherited that, but we got it open and we extended the improvements throughout the bowl. Gussied it up so that the old grandstands were in keeping with the new beautiful north end zone piece. We added the nominal park for the kids, took down the Stalag 13 gauge fence with the barbed wire on top of it and put in wrought iron, and just made some improvements to make the place feel more like a Big Ten stadium. The following year we put in the scoreboard, which I think has added a great component to the game day experience. That was a very significant investment. The next year was really all about the concourse branding. Spent close to $1 million in branding through banners and otherwise. Our facility inside and out, and that was the year where we made additional investments in our coaching staff, doubling the investments in our head coach salary and doubling the investments in our assistant coaches' salaries pool, and then adding strength conditioning coaches as well. And then this year, the investment, it may not be as visible to the fans, although it'll be very visible to our prospective student athletes, existing student athletes, and coaching staff, which is the $700,000 new field turf practice field just on the other side of the stadium. We're also going to finish the wrought iron project, bring it on around to the west side of the stadium, replace the old gauge fence over there. And then you all will be particularly pleased to know that we are making through the university at no cost to the athletic department significant upgrades in our cellular phone capabilities. And I don't understand all the details of it, but we're going to split up Assembly Hall and Memorial Stadium, and they're going to do all their whiz-bang high-tech stuff. And they tell me that when it's all done, Memorial Stadium, Assembly Hall will be the most cellular-friendly intercollegiate athletic facilities in the country. So that'll be good not only for you all that are using that in your professional trades, but it'll be great for our kids and others who can text and find Junior and tell people where they beat after the game and all that stuff. So we're really excited about that. So I believe it's really, really important that we not rest on our laurels, that we continue to show prospective student athletes, coaching staff, fans, that we're going to every year make investments in our football program, because I think that's the only way we really get a program like Indiana's turned around. Finally, tickets. I'm really pleased to announce that we have our highest overall season ticket sales in 20 years. 1-11 notwithstanding, we are at 26,033 tickets as we stand here today. Last year, through the whole year, we were at 21,961. We're up both in our general public season tickets as well as our student season tickets. And I'm really pleased with that trend. The year before the investment started, if you will, the year before the north end zone opened and I started here, our attendance average, this is attendance, not season tickets, our attendance averaged 31,789. The first year the north end zone was open, we jumped to 41,833, and that 32% increase was the third largest increase percentage-wise of any football attendance in college football. And we've held steady with that. We've been roughly at that number for 3 years, which frankly I'm very pleased about given the challenges that we've had on the field. And I think people are coming back because they're excited about Indiana football, but also the experience and the tailgating and the Knoxville Park and all that. I personally believe that we've hit a little bit of a ceiling that will probably progress from where we are now when football on the field converts into more wins, and I get all that. But we're going to continue to try to have the greatest experience in and around the state that we can have, and we're confident that the play on the field will soon be at that level as well. We're promoting the $5 youth tickets as well. That's kind of our big push this year. We think that makes an IU football game very affordable for families, so you'll see that on our highlighted on our billboards and so forth. We've got a great schedule. I'm really excited about the schedule. 2 in-state teams at night, Indiana State and Ball State. Then we have Michigan State for homecoming. That'll be the noon kick. Ohio State at night, and then Iowa Hall of Fame weekend, and finish up with Wisconsin. So it's a high-quality schedule, and one that I think people will be excited to come see. So Bottom line is, I think we'll have a great year. We'll be good on the field. We'll have great experiences. Novel Park's back, tailgating as always. The students are very excited. I think football is becoming an increasingly big part of student life, and that's reflected in our 12,000 student season tickets we've sold already this year. The bypass will be done at least to the north, which will help us with a lot of our fans who tend to come from that way. The folks who come from the south tend to know more the nooks and crannies and ways to get themselves there. So I think it'll be frankly less negatively impactful that we continue to have some challenges with the bypass south of the stadium as the ones that we endured to the north last year. Exciting team, quality opponents, great schedule, and excited to get started. I'd be happy to take any questions. I want to thank you all again for coming today.